Hi everyone, my name is Nathalie Ruby and welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we start, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. I recently had a huge shop update for my Etsy shop, and that includes memo pads, sticker sheets, die cut stickers, all those goodies, and if you're interested, the link is located in my bio down below. So we're back at it with another anime journaling video. So for today's video, it is essentially for those who are of 3 different levels. When it comes to anime journaling, scrapbooking, bullet journaling, planning, whatever you want to call it, even creative journaling, I have something special for you guys. And so by the end of this video, you will walk away with 3 different ways to do your anime journaling spreads. But they're all for different levels per se, but you are open to use it or challenge yourself to make said spread. Now the first one is beginner friendly, but then the next one is medium level, and it slowly goes on to the challenging spread, as I will call it, because the last one took me, to be honest, 3 hours to make. So good luck, that's definitely a challenge. And so without further ado, go ahead and prepare your materials, print out whatever you need to, and let's get right on with the first anime journaling spread, which is collage style. This is absolutely beginner friendly. I say that collage spreads are very much beginner friendly because of the way they're structured. It doesn't necessarily require you to write a lot of stuff, if that makes sense. One of the things I've struggled with the most when it comes to like journaling in general is writing. And a lot of people they come up with prompts and whatnot, but me, I actually find myself quite lost trying to find a prompt to write about, certain things to write about, and most of the time they're pretty much half-assed and written on the spot, which I don't like. So some things to remember when you are doing a collage spread is to make sure that you prepare the layout before making any permanent decisions. Here you can see me kind of figuring out where I want to put the stickers / the prints before I actually stick them onto the page. The second part is that you shouldn't be afraid to layer stickers, scrapbooking paper, etc. If you have the materials, use them. But if you don't, use what you have. Basically just use what you have, and you're gonna be fine. Nothing needs to be perfect when it comes to journaling or pretty much anything in life. And then finally, when it comes to collage spreads, I personally like adding the lettering or the small quotes or anything of that matter towards the end so that I can assess where I have space, where I can put it, and I don't really stress myself around basing my entire layout on the lettering in the first place. It's kind of like switched for me. And as I mentioned before, don't be afraid to layer stickers in between, like pages, prints, whatever. Just do you, decorate however you want, to the extent of what your heart is contented with, and make sure that the spread is unique and perfectly suits your style, your personality, And it's important to bring up that although you may get your inspiration from someone else, make sure you don't stress yourself and compare yourself too much with that person's spread or another person's inspiration, whatever, because your spread is gonna always look different in the end compared to another person's spread, And over the years, that's definitely something I've learned the hard way, which is to stop comparing myself from the inspiration that I found online, because it's gonna add more stress and you're gonna end up hating journaling or whatever you're doing even more. And the best way to cure that is to just stop comparing yourself to another person's work, to other people, and just do you. And this is the final product of my MSBY versus Adler spread, aka my collage spread. Psych, I'm just kidding. I still need to add little details because that's how much of a worrywart I am. But yes, I decided I wanted to add more stickers and lettering, so I did it because that's what I felt would make me happy. But I'm also not gonna sugarcoat it. I really did mess up on the lettering portion. I chose the wrong shade of yellow for the first part, but it's okay. It's part of the journey, and I'm not even stressing about it now. It doesn't even matter because overall I feel like I did a really good job on this spread. So the second way to anime journal is definitely doing an anime themed weekly spread. For me, I based my weekly spread for the month of January on My Hero Academia characters. My first one for the first week of January was of Bakugo. And so for the second week of January, my spread is going to be a Todoroki theme one. And I personally like to think that a good balance of getting organized and incorporating something you love with journaling is a good stress reliever. And it's a good way to keep you motivated in the long run or over the course of a week. So my left side of my journal for this one is going to be divided into 7 sections, aka the 7 days of the week. Then on the right side, this is used for the creative output or whatever I want to do. Here I'm just layering washi tape and certain memo pads and pictures, and I'm doing whatever I feel like I want to do to decorate it, if that makes sense. I'm just layering randomly, to be honest, using leftover prints actually that I didn't use for Megumi spread. For weekly spreads, I feel like I've leaned towards just using manga panels for 1 week, if that makes sense. For example, my Bakugo spread was just Bakugo pictures from the My Hero Academia manga. And I'm doing the same thing for Todoroki with the second week. And I think that it really makes a cool contrast between using, aesthetic colored pictures as the background, as you can see with how I layered Todoroki. And I like the black and white contrast with, a pop of color or like the color from the different washi tapes that I used. And I'm taking it a step further by using my gradient squares that will be dropping in my Etsy shop next week. And using these squares definitely gave my spreads a little bit more pop and Shazam and a little bit of flair compared to my recent Bakugo weekly spread. And so here you have it. Here's the final product of my second week of January weekly spread. Now, the third and final anime journal spread is not actually a spread within a journal. I actually use a separate sheet of cardstock for this. And this is a pop-up photo collage I recently discovered on YouTube. For me personally, I love using and incorporating scrapbooking elements into my journaling hobbies. I remember back in November, I discovered a pop-up journal, but that was basically only for one pop-up, if that makes sense, whereas this one is an actual pop-up photo collage. And it, like I said, it incorporates scrapbooking elements and journaling elements, which I think is very unique and such a great fusion of both things I like. And now this definitely isn't a tutorial, but I followed a tutorial from Ankita's Craft Corner, which I will link down below. They did such a good job explaining things and showing the process. And although it did take me 3 hours, this was my first time attempting it altogether. But I will link her tutorial down below in the hopes that you guys will find it helpful and we can start incorporating scrapbooking and anime journaling together. With that being said, this is the first one that I'm making. The second one will be dedicated to the class 1A girls. And since it was my first time doing this, it took me a relatively long time to actually finish it. I finished in 2 to 3 hours, and I thought I was going to finish in 1 or under even. But you know, this is advanced and I overestimated my skills. But it's okay because the work is worth it, and this is the final product. All the products I use in this video will be linked down below. That includes the stickers, the sticker sheets, the washi tapes, the Crayola super tip markers, etc, etc. All will be linked down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you follow my socials down below for more journaling, studying, and entertaining content. I will be back next Friday with another video. Bye!